Well, if 2017 was the year of Donald Trump, 2018 has been, well, another year of Donald Trump, to be frank. He's completely dominated the political agenda here in the United States and the diplomatic agenda across much of the world as well. He's taken a sledgehammer to the traditional presidential way of doing things. They call him the disruptor, and he's been doing a lot of disrupting.
And his supporters love him for it. Trump spent much of 2018 rallying his base.
A red wave means safety and strength. That's what it is.
And you want to shut it down. You keep talking about it.
And clashing with his opponents, including this extraordinary exchange in the Oval Office with senior Democrats.
You have called for, I will shut down the government if I don't get my wool. None of us have said it.
You want to know something?
You've said it.
Okay, you want to put that on my...
You said it.
I'll take it.
Okay, good.
You know what I'll say? Yes. If we don't get what we want, one way or the other, whether it's through you, through a military, through anything you want to call, I will shut down the government.
Okay,
absolutely.
fair enough.
He certainly didn't shy away from controversial decisions. His choice of the conservative judge Brett Kavanaugh for the Supreme Court met with fierce opposition.
Do you swear that
and when a woman came forward to claim Kavanaugh had sexually assaulted her in the 1980s, a dramatic hearing in the Senate followed.
I believed he was going to rape me. I tried to yell for help. When I did, Brett put his hand over my mouth to stop me from yelling.
Your coordinated and well-funded effort to destroy my good name and destroy my family will not drive me out.
I, Brett M. Kavanaugh, do solemnly swear.
Trump's man was eventually confirmed in post. But the president didn't have everything his own way. The midterm elections saw the Democrats take control of the House of Representatives.
Today is more than about Democrats and Republicans. It's about restoring the Constitution's checks and balances to the Trump administration.
More often than not, Trump was also the central character on the international stage. In Singapore, he did what no serving US president had ever done, by meeting a leader of North Korea. He and Kim Jong-un agreed to work towards denuclearization of the Korean peninsula.
People are going to be very impressed. People are going to be very happy. And we're going to take care of a very big and very dangerous problem for the world.
But discussing a possible nuclear deal with Pyongyang didn't stop him tearing up an existing one with Tehran. Trump also reimposed extensive sanctions on the Iranian regime, accusing it of destabilizing the Middle East. China was another nation on the receiving end of the president's displeasure. Convinced the US was getting a raw deal on trade, he slapped tariffs on billions of dollars worth of Chinese imports, only for China to respond in kind. A dinner to kiss and make up in Buenos Aires following the G20 summit led to hopes that a resolution might be possible. Some Republicans were critical of Trump's China policy. They were even less impressed with his continued support for the Crown Prince of Saudi Arabia, Mohammed bin Salman, in the aftermath of the killing of the journalist Jamal Khashoggi.
I've been their biggest defender on the floor of the United States Senate. This guy is a wrecking ball. He had this guy murdered in a consulate in Turkey, and to expect me to ignore it, I feel used and abused.
$3 billion.
Trump, however, insisted the relationship with Saudi Arabia was too important to the US to put at risk.
$1 million, that's peanuts for you. Should have increased it.
But it was his relationship with Russia that hung heaviest over the second year of Trump's presidency, just like it did the first.
I will begin by swearing you in.
Investigation by the special counsel Robert Mueller into allegations of collusion with Moscow moved ever closer to the Oval Office.
Well, with me now is Simon Marks, a veteran observer of the political scene here in Washington. Simon, just how different is this president to the ones who've come before? You've seen quite a few come and go.
It's totally different. I've been here 25 years. He's my fourth president. Nothing here is precedented. I mean, you run out of adjectives to describe it. My wife has banned me from using the word extraordinary to say what's going on here. You never know what any day is going to bring. The non-stop tweeting, the unpredictability, the capacity of the man to throw the day completely upside down, and the totally unpredictable nature of decision-making means that you simply don't know when you wake up in the morning how by the end of the day you're going to be charting the history of this utterly unprecedented presidency.
Now, the biggest allegation against him is that he's actually a threat to democracy. Is there anything in that?
Look, I think you can absolutely say without fear of contradiction that he is a threat to democratic institutions. He has chipped away at public confidence in the judiciary, an equal branch of government in terms of the Constitution, from the moment he arrived in town. As we all know, he's chipped away at public confidence in the news media to great effect. Fake news wasn't a term in common usage before Donald Trump became president. And he doesn't like the concept that he's held back by checks and balances that exist within the US Constitution to prevent any president from becoming an authoritarian in power. Does that make him a threat to democracy? So far, most observers will say, look, the democratic institutions, those checks and balances are constraining him. Will they continue to do so? Who knows?
Simon Marks, thank you very much indeed. So 2018 has ended pretty much as it began, with a president mired in controversy. The difference is there has been a partial shift in power, and the fact that Democrats now control the House of Representatives means they'll be able to launch numerous investigations into Donald Trump's behaviour, something they're itching to do. They'll also be able to impeach him, that is, put him on trial, though the trial itself would be held in the Senate, which the Republicans still control. One thing's for sure, 2019 isn't going to be any less controversial.